Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and today we are going to start studying Feast 2, and we will start with the multi-control test, okay? So this test, it's like playing a game, but with a lot of multitasking, where you need to sort strips, you need to hear codes and remember the code, and a lot of stuff. So we will start to see the rules of this game, and after I will show you my tactic, okay? After this video, in my next YouTube video, I will show probably a gameplay of my gameplay, maybe in speed mode, explaining what I did of 83% in difficult mode, okay? I think it's a great result. It's difficult to get to the 90s. It's really difficult, but then I will show you. So let's start with the rules, okay? So in the sectors and waypoints, we should manage all the airplanes entering in points A and C to exit points FS and FN. So it doesn't matter which one. We know that the planes need to go there and leave with flight level 10. Okay, so we still need to place flight strips in the way boxes where the planes are. So imagine that we have a plane coming from A, and he passes this point, and he's here right now. So we should put the strip in B. Okay. So let's continue. Okay, so drag new strips to first waypoint box. Okay, this is the one. Move strips, what I showed before, and keep all boxes in correct chronological order. So it's important that we see the time in the strips and put it all in order. Okay, so now the exit procedure, the handover. When a plane is approaching FN or FS, it should be in flight level 10, and after they pass this point, so imagine they are here in flight level 10, and they pass tuk, and now they are here. So we should hand over. If we don't hand over, there will be a problem with planes coming from the sea in this case, okay? So it's very important that you hand over fast as possible. Now, the most important thing, guys, okay? Conflicts. What are the conflicts in this game? The conflicts are opposite, where the aircraft are like head-on. I will show you. Imagine a plane, it's pointing like this, and another plane, it's pointing like this. This is a conflict, okay? It doesn't matter if the plane is here or here or here. If they are head-on, it's always a conflict. And where do you need to be cautious, sorry, but I don't know if I'm saying correctly, in this plan with opposite aircraft here, okay? You will send a lot of time airplanes to FS and to FN. And if we have a plane here, okay, and another plane here with the same flight level, this is a conflict. Okay, I know this plane is going to FN and this one is going to FS. Okay, but I don't care. This is the rule, it's opposite. So you should have in mind these two airplanes need to have different flight levels. Okay, it doesn't matter. So this is the first rule of conflicts. And we will go for the next one. So the next one, it's local conflicts, where an aircraft during 1 minute, so this is 1 minute, there cannot be an aircraft here and another here with the same flight level, okay? To have the same flight level, they need to be separated at least by 1 minute. So what do you do in this case? In this case, you should put this plane in flight level, imagine flight level 10, and this plane to flight level 20, and it's all okay. They just cannot have the same flight level. So this game, it prefers the route change, but in local conflicts I think it's better to choose the flight level, okay? So it's this. This is the main part, and obviously you have the audio task when they will put a code with letters and numbers, and you will need to memorize them. So you just need to click confirm, and if the code is correct, it shows correct. If not, it shows incorrect. So, rules done, and let's go to my tactic. Okay, so guys, in this game the planes always come from A and C. They can come with 20 seconds interval, or 2 seconds, or 1 minute, or 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, it's very random. In this time, in the orange time, I always choose my route. Okay, and my preference route it's always ABFN and CDFS. So always down and always up. But sometimes we need to use the diagonal, so to use ADFS or CBFN. The diagonal, so this one, it's plus 1 minute, then this one. Okay, this is very important. So you need to know that. So when are we going to use the diagonal? Imagine that we have a plane here and another plane here. Okay, we can send them both to FES because they have 1 minute interval. It's okay, and if in their strip it says that they land with 1 minute difference, it's all okay. But now imagine that we have two planes, one here and one here. Okay, so they are separated for like 20 seconds. We cannot send them to FES both. Okay, that doesn't make sense because they are landing with 20 seconds interval. No, that's wrong. We cannot do that. First of all, these two planes, they cannot have the same flight level, because if they have it, you know, it's the local conflict that I showed you here. Okay, so first of all, the first thing we need to know is ensure that these flight levels are different. Second thing to do, it's send one of them by the diagonal. And now you have the question, which one? So which one I should send to the diagonal? Okay, right now you need to see the other planes that are in the corridors. Okay, so imagine that we have these two airplanes and we have one here going to FES. Okay, this one is going to FES and have the flight level 30, and it's going to FES. So what should we do? Right now I would choose this airplane that is in flight level 20 to go to the diagonal. Why? Because here we have like 20 seconds difference, and here we have like, I would say, 40 seconds difference. If we send this airplane to diagonal, we will just have the 60 seconds difference from the flight level 10 and flight level 30 airplane. Okay, and it's going to be all okay. But when you are sending an airplane to the other side, you need to ensure that there's not going to have a conflict in the other side. Because if, okay, we are going to send this airplane to the diagonal. Sorry, let me just change to red. Okay, imagine that we send this airplane to the diagonal. And he goes there, and here he have a conflict. Okay, so we fucked up. So it's the same that keeping in the bottom. So we need to check when we are sending airplanes to the diagonal if you have any airplane like here in this space. Why? Because the diagonal will take you one more minute. Okay, so when you have a plane here in point A and a plane here in point C, and this plane goes to B and this plane goes to B, when this plane that it's in A arrives at B, the plane that comes to the diagonal will be like here. Okay, so there's no problem because they have 1 minute interval. Okay, so what do you need to see when you are sending an airplane to the diagonal? You need to check this part. Okay, or up or down. It could be the same way for airplanes coming in A. Okay, So let me just clear this a little bit so I show you better. Let me just clean this. Okay. Okay. So imagine that we have a plane here and we have a plane here. And I'm thinking if I'm going to put this plane to B. I will not, because this plane will for sure be in B when this plane arrives at B, so we are going to have a conflict here, okay? But if we have a plane here and we have a plane here, since there's no one here, I know when their plane that it's in A arrives at B, their plane that it's in C will be like here, and no plane will be in this space, okay? So it's safe to him to go there. Then the B plane will be like here, and the C plane will be where it was the B1, okay? So this is very important to use diagonals so you don't have conflicts arriving at the FES or FEN, okay? So the first thing is done. Okay, another very important thing. Never put a plane in the diagonal with flight level 10, okay? Why? We can see here two possible conflicts. If a plane is going from C to B, here, he will be with flight level 10. And a plane landing here with flight level 10, okay? We're gonna have a local conflict or a head-on conflict, okay? It's very important that these don't happen, so just put their plane in the diagonal like flight level 20, flight level 30 or 40. And always very important, you need to check if the planes coming from this side, okay, comparing to the one coming from this, they have similar flight levels, because if they have, you need to change it, okay? Very important too. So, and the same to planes coming from A. Imagine a plane is coming from here, flight level 10, and the plane is landing here, flight level 10. We can see here we will have a big conflict, okay? So never put flight level 10 in the diagonal, okay? So very important. Let's go now to the corridors from A to B and C to D, okay? Here it's a bit easier. I think it doesn't have a lot to show, but the rule is no repeated flight levels within 1 minute interval. Why? We don't need to have, and we don't want to have local conflicts. And as I showed you, the local conflicts, it's when in a 1 minute interval, okay, we have two airplanes with the same flight level heading to the same place, okay? So this is wrong. We don't want this. So what we are going to do is put one of the planes to flight level 20 or 30 or 40 if the other one is at 10, okay? So this is the most important thing from C to D and A to B. Very, very important. This applies the same to the final route, okay? We will go there in a bit, but this is the same. It applies. But let me just give you an example. So we have a plane here, we have another here, we have another here, and we have another here. This is not good, okay? This is always not good, but it could happen in SkyTest difficult mode. It's very difficult sometimes to see where the planes are going to be very near or not. So imagine that we have here flight level 10, flight level 10, flight level 10. I will actually do a lot of conflicts, okay? And flight level 40, okay? So here we have like 10 seconds difference, okay? And here we have, I will not say 1 minute because I want a conflict, okay? I will say like 55 seconds, just to be picky. So what do we need to do here? What I will do is put this one to flight level 20 and it's solved, okay? It's actually solved, because now in this place it's all okay, flight level 20 and flight level 10, and this place to this place it's all okay, flight level 10 and flight level 20. There's no problem, okay? and this one it's all correct. So this is one random example, so just to, to, to check. Now imagine that we have another plane here with flight level 10, okay? I'm really being picky, but it's important to acknowledge this. So now I need to put different flight levels to two airplanes, okay? I could put, for example, this one to flight level 20 and this one to flight level 30, okay? And now it's solved, okay? There's no problem here, okay? So this is very important for local conflicts. The opposite conflicts, it was the thing that I was telling you. The airplanes here heading this way and the airplanes here heading this way, they cannot have the same flight level. So never put the same flight level here, okay? This is wrong. Put different flight levels, because this is a head-on conflict. So this is done. Always remember to sort the strips when you pass a point. When you pass this point, you put to FN and to FES, okay? And now let's go to the final corridor. Let me just clean this up. Okay, let's go. So in the final corridor, I always put the plane that is more close to the exit waypoints in flight level 10. Imagine that I have a plane here and I have a plane here, okay? This one will be at flight level 10 and this one will always be in another flight level. Why? Because of local conflicts, okay? We don't want the planes with the same heading and within a 1 minute interval in the same flight level, okay? This cannot happen. So I always put the closest to the exit point to flight level 10, and when it passes, I click in handover. Okay, so it's not now. I don't care about this plane, and when I hand over this plane, I put this one to flight level 10. Okay, always like this, and the other planes coming too. Okay, and imagine this plane was in flight level 20 here. This plane will not be in flight level 20, okay? It will be like flight level 30 or 40, because I don't want the local conflict between these two planes. The same applied here, okay? So this is my tactic, guys. Probably seeing just in this image, it's more difficult to understand, but in the next video I will play. So I recorded myself playing, and I will just stop and explain what I'm doing while I'm playing. Okay, I think that's the best to learn how to pass in this game. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye bye, guys.